It's me. Hi. So, last video, which was uploaded this many days ago, I talked about everything going on in my life at the time. And I did try really hard to be as open and honest, and I didn't give any clear dates of like when things would come because I didn't know. I went on and on in that video about my anxiety and my mental health, my ups and downs throughout my whole YouTube journey. And I also mentioned how much I wanted a baby, how we had been trying for quite a while, and I had been diagnosed with PCOS. I had just been diagnosed with PCOS in April, and then I was filming that video in June. I'm literally at a point in the video where I'm almost crying because of how badly I wanted a baby. We wanted a baby. Little did I know, I was literally pregnant in that video. I must have been maybe a couple weeks pregnant. No clue, no idea, no symptoms, nothing at all. I found out maybe a week after I made that video that I was pregnant. I was like, are you serious? I really had kind of almost accepted in my mind that it just might not happen for us to have a second child. And so it was very, very shocking to say the least. I could do a whole video going in depth about my PCOS diagnosis, like our road to that, and my pregnancy journey, my birth story, all of that stuff. Like I really want to go deep into that, but I know it's not everybody's thing, so I'll save that for a separate video. I was wondering if some of you might be into that, and I think it would just be good because I haven't been able to get my story out there. I haven't been able to tell any of you anything really about everything I went through over the last year and a half. So I think it would be really good to kind of break the ice, break the boundary. I don't know how you want to say it, but just like be open about everything and really talk about my experiences. I don't know if you have noticed the date. If you don't know, January 30th, 2014 was the day I uploaded my very first YouTube video. And at first I didn't plan on coming back to YouTube on my anniversary. I did not plan for that. It just kind of fell into my lap. Once January hit, I realized that's when I was going to make my first like my comeback video. And then I realized that January 30th would mark 9 freaking years of creating content. Even if I wasn't consistent on YouTube all of those years, I was still on Twitch. I was still making some sort of content online. So it's really crazy that it's been 9 years. I think at that point, it's to a point now that I'm not going anywhere. You can't get rid of me. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. I clearly am too stubborn to go anywhere for too long. So it's just really fitting that I come back today, of all days. And what's really interesting about it, too, is my son was about a year old when I uploaded my first video. And now my second baby. If you don't know the gender, I'll put in a clip for my gender reveal party right here. All right, are we ready to do the reveal? It's happening. It's happening. Are you all ready? It's she is a year old in February, so I have an almost 1-year-old, and I'm coming back to YouTube the same time I started with a 1-year-old. I'm coming back with a 1-year-old. It's just weird. It's just weird how things work out, but in like a cool way. And I'm really, really excited. I feel a lot better about things this time, and I thought a good kind of icebreaker to coming back instead of just ranting about why I was gone, which I can explain really quickly, okay? The biggest reason was that I did find out I was pregnant, and I had major anxiety. And like, I've had anxiety my entire life, but pregnancy anxiety really kind of like takes it to a whole other level. You know, if you know, you know. And it was really, really hard. It got to the point that I couldn't even stream either, because I would almost pass out from the amount of panic and anxiety surging through my body. So I had to stop everything for the sake of my health, my baby's health. I had to stop. So I didn't even really like announce to the whole world that I was going to be taking this long break necessarily, but like it just happened and I had to do it. And I know that it was the right thing to do, but I definitely do miss it, you know, and I didn't want to pressure myself into coming back to YouTube right after having a baby. So I decided to just come back whenever it felt right, not promise anything. I didn't upload a single video last year. 2022 was the first year since I've started YouTube that I didn't even upload at least one video. And it didn't feel great. Not gonna lie, it didn't feel very good. Like that's not like a record I was trying to set for myself, you know, but it happened and it is what it is. I'm not going to keep harping on things because I'm 30 now. Last time you saw me, I was 28. How weird is that? Last time you saw me, I was in my 20s. And now I'm 30 and I am very much in a place now where I'm just doing what I want to do. Like, I'm still going to try to make people happy and hope you enjoy my content and still do Sims and still do all the things that I love doing. But I need to stop caring so much. Like, I understand it's a good thing to care what people think to a certain extent, but I took it to a whole other level and it got to be too much and I got miserable and I don't want to do that anymore. So this is me. I'm going to be myself, going to have fun. I hope you're around for it and you're into it and that you stick with me through all of this, obviously. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the content that I make. I definitely want to bring a little bit more of myself to my channel. Like I said, making a whole long rambly video talking about my pregnancy stuff. I really want to do that, but I know that not everybody's going to be into it, which is fine. That's totally fine. It's not going to like be my entire content, but I think it would be a good way to kind of introduce you to me, because there's a lot about me that I don't share and I'm a very private person. And I think sometimes I'm almost a little too private, and it'd be kind of nice to open up the door a little bit and let you in and kind of get to know me on a level besides just Wit the Sims player, you know. I can't promise you when I'm gonna have videos up. I don't have a schedule. I don't, and you know what? I might lose subscribers from that. To be completely candid with you, I have not gained a subscriber since like 2019. It's been a steady decline. It has been a steady decline. And I'm really trying to go into this just not expecting anything. I think it's also hard when I saw my channel doing so well and then I kind of watched it peter off because of myself. Like I have no one even to blame but myself, which is fine. I'm not going to sit here and cry and be mad at myself, because I do feel like, looking back, this was the best decision I could have made for myself. And I highly encourage you to take breaks from things, even if you feel like this is the end of the end and it's going to ruin your career and it's going to ruin everything. Like, if you need a break, take the break, because I'm telling you, you can always build back up. It might not be easy, it might not be overnight. I might not gain another sub until 2025. I don't know, but I'm going to keep trying and I'm going to keep doing what I love and hope that people enjoy it. And that's all I can ask for at the end of the day. Like, I'm in a much better place mentally. Can you tell from my last video? I'm in a much better place now. Anyway, I started making a sentence and I just kind of like fell off. I also was diagnosed with ADHD, by the way. So that's been a very validating experience, but also like explains a lot, you know? But yeah, I thought it would be a good kind of icebreaker, like dipping my toes back in the pool, the ocean of YouTube, to do a Q&A. So I asked questions. Well, I didn't ask myself questions. Imagine, I just like sat here asking myself questions. I asked everyone to ask me questions. So we're just gonna go ahead and get into all of that. Oh, I can't believe I almost just like didn't tell you this. I have an Etsy now. I actually opened an Etsy. I know. I never thought I'd actually do it either, but I make polymer clay jewelry. And yeah, I'll leave a link to my Etsy down below in the description if you want to like check it out, support, show it to your friends. I literally just have all the questions on my phone, so we're just gonna read them off my phone. What made you want to come back to YouTube? So it sounds kind of cheesy, I guess, but the community, I really missed just getting to talk to all of you because it's not something that I'm able to do necessarily on Twitch, because I know a lot of you don't or can't catch my live streams on Twitch, or you don't care for Twitch as a platform. And so I don't see a lot of you, you know, I don't get to communicate and talk to you all as much as I do with the people over on Twitch. So I've really been wanting to talk to all of you again and respond to every comment and just connect with everybody is one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to come back. There's also something so nice about the creative outlet of YouTube, because I mean, Twitch definitely has a lot of creativity that goes with it, don't get me wrong, but like YouTube, as much as I don't like editing sometimes, I still think it's like just an experience to sit down, record something, edit it, create it, upload it, and have people hopefully watch it and comment. And I don't know, it's just a whole other experience. And I really, really missed it. Like, it's been a year and a half and I didn't make any videos in 2022. So I really, really missed just this whole experience. Are you gonna do Sims 3 videos on YouTube again? Definitely. So I kind of want to do something a little bit different, where I make a whole new series that's not really so much like my usual really big story-based Let's Plays, because I already have open-ended ones. I kind of want to do a separate series where I just explore everything The Sims 3 had to offer, because I still have yet to do everything in The Sims 3 that is in the game. Like, there are still so many things I haven't done. So I would love to go through The Sims 3 and explore like world adventures and a bit like all the things that I haven't fully experienced yet. I would love to do that on YouTube with all of you. I think it could be really, really fun. So yeah. Do you have any plans to continue some of your past series, completely start fresh with new families, or both? I would like to eventually do both. I would like to, at some point, don't know when, continue my Let's Play Sims. Some of them to wrap up their stories entirely, and others to maybe continue down the line. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's hard when you have series that started 8, 9 years ago. It makes it it gets a little stale for me. I mean, imagine playing the same Sims family for 9 years. And some of you might really enjoy, you know, having these families that you play for long, but like I for such a long time, I start to get kind of burnt out on it, and I don't want the idea of having to continue these 9-year-old Let's Plays deter me from doing YouTube in general, if that makes sense. I think the best way for me to go about this is to continue my past Let's Plays as streams on YouTube, this channel, not my other stream YouTube channel. And it's kind of confusing, but this channel is one that I plan on streaming to for my Let's Plays, because I just feel like it'll be easier to follow along with a series you've been watching on this channel. So I think that's what I plan on doing. I don't know what my stream schedule is going to be yet. Don't know how often, don't know when it starts. I just know that that's my big plan. Are you going to post your Twitch stuff on that YouTube channel for streaming? I do still plan on doing that. It's such a tedious process to have to go to my Twitch channel, download all the VODs, which takes quite a long time when they're 3 hours long or so, and then possibly cut them, edit them down, and then upload them to a separate YouTube. It's just a lot of work, and I just haven't had the time for it, to be completely honest, but I do want to do that. I still plan to do that. It's just getting the time to actually sit down and do it. Welcome back. I'm super excited to see what Let's Plays are coming. Are there any you have in the works? I do, but not in the way you're all used to me doing Let's Plays. I want to do a Sims 2 series on how I play The Sims 2. my favorite mods, CC, how I do the whole school system, because I'm gonna have them start going to school. It's gonna be like The Sims 4 high school years, but in The Sims 2. I started a Build a City challenge on Twitch, and I really want to like kind of explore that with all of you as well. And I've been working on the rules for it, and I would love to make a series where I just kind of do all of that with you. Like I go through the rules and we play and we kind of sort of have a let's play. But it would definitely be a little bit different. But yeah, basically I want to have a Sims 2 series where I just explain how I play The Sims 2 and we just do a bunch of fun stuff. Just a lot of the ways that I played The Sims 2 have changed over the years. So it would be cool to be able to share all of that with you. And I think it could be really fun to explore that, but not necessarily like a huge story driven let's play right now, because I already have enough of those. I don't really want to be making any new ones until things are wrapped up, resolved, to give myself peace of mind. What Sims game will you be doing more let's plays of, Sims 2 or 3? Again, I hesitate to call them let's plays. I know that's what my channel was kind of founded upon. It's kind of what started everything. And it's kind of what my channel is associated with at this point. And I think that it's still going to be sort of like a let's play, but it's not going to be the usual me staying up all night drafting backstories, because I just feel like I need this big, huge storyline going on and like all this drama and machinimas and all that stuff that I've done that I loved doing at the time, but I just don't have the capacity right now to do all of that. So it's going to be a little bit different. It's just going to be like you're playing the game with me. I'm not necessarily going to do a 50-part story-driven LP right now. But to answer your question, The Sims 2. The Sims 2 is my first love. It's what started this channel. You can't see that because it's on private. You're welcome. Okay. It was so cringe. It's so cringe to listen to yourself back in the very beginning of your YouTube years when you're like 21 years old. A really, really crappy laptop mic. So that video, that let's play is private, but The Sims 2 is what started this channel. And I feel like it's where I belong. I feel the most inspired when it comes to The Sims 2. It's always been that way. So while I do still plan on exploring and playing The Sims 3 on this channel, The Sims 2 is going to be the game. Any hints of what will be coming to the channel? I kind of just like told you everything. I'm not great at keeping secrets. But I would like to do tutorials, mod suggestions. Like I said, explain how I play The Sims 2, explore The Sims 3 expansions more deeply. That's all like the highest priority right now for my list of content. But if you have like suggestions or you have things that you would like me to do a tutorial on or a mod review, or you have something that you would really like to see me explain that you saw me do in a video, just let me know. Will you explore new games? Outlast for the channel? No. Absolutely not. Honestly, I know that I changed my name to Starwinxie to kind of break away from not like break away entirely from the Sims franchise, but to kind of give myself a little more liberty to play what I want to play on this channel. But I think at the end of the day, The Sims is what started this channel. It's what made the channel what it is. It's what works on this channel. I think if I'm going to play any kind of different genre, that it's going to be on Twitch, because I just feel like it would do better there. And I think it would be less confusing if I just had a YouTube channel just devoted to like The Sims, my Sims content. And then if I want to do something different, I'll do it on Twitch. But I'll still stream Sims stuff on Twitch like I have been. But if I'm going to play a different game, it's probably going to be on Twitch. What are some videos, types, ideas, etc. that you were hesitant to do in the past that you'd like to have a go at now that you're coming back? Pretty much everything I've been talking about in this video so far. I haven't done a whole lot of tutorials or kind of one-off videos before. Let's plays are what I'm known for. I'm a very let's play centric channel, and it's very, very nerve-wracking to break away from that, to not have like a YouTube series, let's play, story driven thing going on. It scares me. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to do. And it's really scary. But at the end of the day, I have to do what I want to do, or else I'm never going to come back. I'm never going to make content anymore. And so kind of focusing my energy into other things that aren't Let's Plays is something I've always really kind of wanted to do, but have been too afraid to fully. Also, long form videos, kind of like videos where I just kind of ramble on and on for an hour or more. Something you throw on when you're, you know, doing something else and just kind of listening to it. I don't want to call it, like, I'm not doing a podcast because it's not going to be that consistent, and it's not like I have that much, like, it's not going to be that often at all, but it's just once in a while I just want to rant. Once in a while I just want to talk about things that aren't Sims. Once in a while I just want to, like, make a video talking about, like, everything that I've been through with my pregnancy, or, like, you know, if something pops up that I really want to talk about, doing a video, just doing that, which is something I never would have done because there are these YouTube, these unofficial YouTube rules, okay, that if you don't do them, if your video is more than 15 minutes long, or you have an intro at the beginning of your video, everyone's gonna click off and everything's gonna be, you know, and there are just all these unofficial YouTube rules. And I'm just so done with it. Like, it's blah. Like, I've literally stopped making YouTube videos because it got to a point that I was so in my head over, like, oh my God, what if this video is 20 minutes long and people don't want to sit there and watch it? Well, then people won't sit there and watch it. Like, why does it have to be such a thing, you know? And it got to be too much for me. And I kind of want to go into this without focusing on any YouTube rules. If a video is a certain length, it's a certain length. If I, you know, have a certain editing style, I have a certain editing style, and I just need to, like, be okay with that. So these are all things I've been wanting to do but been too afraid to do, and we're just gonna see what works. Call me Kevin if you've watched his videos. He's freaking hilarious. I love all of his, like, Sims 2 videos specifically. He just recently started making other content that's not related at all to gaming in any way, shape, or form. And granted, he's a very big YouTuber. Like, no matter what he posts, he's probably gonna get, like, hundreds, thousands of views, you know. But it's still inspiring to see somebody just, you know, deciding to post what they want to post and not caring so much about algorithms and analytics and all of that. And I'm trying so hard to do going forward. It's very hard as the creator to not focus on those things. And, you know, to a certain extent, you have to know what people like to keep them around. But I also have to be true to myself. Are there any Sims builds that you'd think about revisiting and making over / renovating? I would really like to try and recreate the OG Logan family house. Season 1, Generations and Seasons. I got so many comments on this house, and I could not figure out for the life of me how to upload it at the time to the exchange. And I didn't know how to, like, make a media fire download at the time, or sim file share. I didn't know how to do any of that kind of stuff then. So it would be cool to kind of go back in The Sims 3 and try to recreate the Logan family house. I can't promise that my custom content's going to be the same after 9 years and then everything's going to look the same, but I would like to try, because I've never seen the appeal of that house. Like, I look back and, oh my gosh, I was looking back at a video the other day of, like, when they moved into that house, and I was so proud of it, and I'm just like, what is going on here? But I got a lot of comments asking about downloading that house. I would like to make that happen. Why are you just the best comfort content creator? Stop. I have always been really bad at taking compliments, and I would write it off as, like, oh, I'm just a humble person, and I'm just, you know. And it got to a point that I was, like, just denying compliments. Like, no, that's not how it is, you know. But, like, I'm trying really hard to just accept compliments. So thank you. Literally all I ever wanted out of YouTube was to just be comforting to somebody, because I started YouTube being this kind of lonely stay-at-home new mom, at such a young age, and I didn't really have any friends like at all. So starting YouTube because I was lonely and looking for comfort and looking for friendship and connections, like it really warms my heart that I can be that for somebody. So that's really the only goal I had going into this. So it means a lot. Thank you. Favorite Sims 2 memory. If we're talking like before I made my channel, I vividly remember making my sim self have a family with Taylor Lautner.
Whitney, where the hell have you been, Loca?
We had multiple children, lots of children, and I loved that family. I loved the house, everything about that save. I loved that house so much, that household. And the thing is, it's so cringy because it's not like I was a child. I think it was around the time that Twilight came, so I was like 16. I don't even have an excuse. I was like 16, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We had beautiful children. It was a moment in time for sure. Favorite Sims 2 memory from now. That's so hard. There's so many great stream memories, like Twitch, like so much chaotic crap happens in The Sims 2 on stream. But if we're talking here on YouTube, like my whole Sims 2 Let's Play, that entire family, like the machinima, like the effort I put into that. I don't think I've put that much effort into anything in my life. So that Let's Play always gives me like the warm and fuzzies when I think about it. Out of all your Sims families, which one was your favorite and why? The Sims 2. The Sims 2, that whole family. Oh my gosh, everybody who's like a fan of the Logans is gonna be coming for me right now. But the Sims 2 family, because they weren't really a family. They're just like these people who, you know, turned to each other, met each other, and became really good friends. And now they're bonded as family. And so they're like this blended family, and there's so many different stories going on that brought them together. And I just really love how that all came together and how they're not like a technical, traditional blood family, but they're still such a good family unit. And I don't know, they're probably my favorite. I'm sorry, Logans, okay? If we're talking about like a pre-made Maxis family, then the Pleasants. I found a lot of joy playing in that household from the time I was a kid, like the chaos of it all. I don't know, I guess I found joy in their chaos. I was a child of divorce, so, you know. I don't know, I have issues. All-time favorite sim you've played with. I don't know if I can answer this one. This one's like, it's like literally choosing a child. How do I pick? I've made so many Sims. Okay, so it's not one. It's a couple, Alex and Talia Logan. They have the sweetest, weirdest little love story. She was his imaginary friend that he turned real. It's a whole big thing, you know, if you know, you know. And that they had this like epic love story, and I just love them. And then they went and have their like house, and they have their like millions of kids, and I just love them so much. I might not always feel like playing them because that family's a lot, but I love them. If you could make any mod for The Sims 2, regardless of whether it's actually possible to make or not, what would it be? This is such a good question. I don't know. I feel like this might already exist, but I'm not entirely sure. But being able to take a toddler or a baby with you to a community lot, that would be game changing. That would be amazing. Being able to have your sim visit other people's houses. I know that is a mod. I just haven't gotten around to trying it. Having babies at an actual hospital, like having your sim give birth in a hospital. I don't know if I feel like I've looked for that mod and I can't find it. If you know where it is, hook a girl up, okay? Because I really, really want that. Also, more detailed party systems than just a pop-up that's like,
this party is sucking.
Almost a little bit more like Sims 4 parties in a way that you had certain objectives to make, but also the Sims 3 because you could like plan when and where they took place. They didn't just boom happen right as you plan them. A playable daycare career. I have so many ideas. A playable daycare career, which I could probably make like a workaround, you know, for that. But if it was like its own mod, that would be really, really nice. Being able to visit home businesses. because you cannot travel to a home business to go shopping in The Sims 2. I never understood that. I feel like if it's a home business, I understand you can't like visit other Sims homes in The Sims 2 unless you have a mod. There's probably a mod for it now. But like being able to visit a home business would be so good. I wonder if that's included in that mod where you can visit other Sims. Has anybody tried that mod where you can visit other people's houses? Let me know how it is. I'm very, very curious. Dream vacation. The Bahamas. I've wanted to go to the Bahamas since I saw Mary-Kate and Ashley's Holiday in the Sun movie where they went to the Bahamas. I was 8 years old when that movie came out. So I have been wanting to go to the Bahamas for 22 years. Yikes. It's such a long time to harbor that kind of dream. And it almost came real. It almost freaking happened. Literally, this is like a really sad time in my life, okay? So me and my husband had just gotten married, and the next year we were planning our honeymoon. So we actually went to a travel agency. We were finally going to go and fulfill my childhood dream of going to the Bahamas. And we were going to go for like a week and actually stay in a hotel. We had this whole plan. We had this whole package picked out. We had everything literally like planned to a T. Our meals would have been included. Like we were ready to go. I was like gonna look at suitcases as soon as we got home. I was gonna like buy some luggage. I was ready. I was ready to pack. I was ready to go. I literally couldn't write this if I tried. Okay. We get home from the travel agency where we were just trying to book this trip, and we get a message from our landlord telling us she's going to sell the house, and we have 1 month to find another place to live. So we spent all of our honeymoon money on buying this house. I don't regret it. At the end of the day, I know that having a home is more important than vacation. I understand. I am very lucky to have my home, to be a homeowner, to have this stability, right? But oh my God. It obviously still bothers me a little bit. What would your superpower be? Flying would be really nice because I'm lazy as heck. Like I don't even like walking particularly, so it'd be really nice to be able to like fly anywhere I wanted to go. I always also thought that it would be cool to read minds. But the more I think about that, the more I'm like, girl, you already have enough anxiety. I don't think you actually need to know what people think of you. What is your proudest moment while being a content creator? It sounds corny, but like honestly, kind of how I mentioned earlier, whenever someone comments or messages me and tells me that I made their day better, like they were having a really rough day, but then watching my video made them smile, or, you know, I was a happy distraction for them for a little bit, that always makes me feel proud because I never thought that I, of all people, would be someone who would be able to do that for someone else. To be completely open with you, I was a very, very unhappy person growing up, which is partly why I am the way I am now and really want to like make others happy, and why I am kind of a clown and I'm a joke to a lot of people. And I'm sure people have their opinions and stuff, but like I like keeping things light. And sometimes I, don't talk enough about things I've been through or like my, the darker parts of life and stuff. I try to stay positive, but I need to be careful not to put it into a toxic positivity place, because not everything is perfect all the time. People only put out what they want you to see. And I think that it's important to remember that. And I've definitely had my ups and my downs and some rough moments in life. And I think that if I can make someone else happy, it makes me feel like everything's worthwhile. I don't know. It makes me feel like it gives me a sense of purpose, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something good with all of this clownery. And also a proud moment from like a purely statistical analytics point was reaching 50,000 subscribers. Like even if we lose them all, I can't believe I actually reached 50,000 subscribers. I was the girl growing up who couldn't go to a family dinner without getting having to leave because my anxiety was so bad. I would honestly get physically ill on the way to school, my mom would have to pull over the car and I would have to throw up on the side of the road on my way to school because my social anxiety was so bad. I couldn't talk to people online for a long time in voice chats. I wouldn't be able to do anything like that. So the fact that I am sitting here right now making this video, the fact that I stream, live without editing or anything, the fact that I've come this far, if I can do it, I feel like anybody could. So hopefully that's a little inspiration for the day. What keeps you motivated to keep your online career going? This sort of goes with the last question, but like honestly, all of you, I can't imagine just not talking to all of you anymore, ever. Even though it's been a year and a half since my last video, I couldn't imagine just never. I never planned on never coming back to YouTube. I just didn't know when I would. We've come 9 years. I couldn't imagine just leaving it now, and I couldn't imagine not talking to all of you anymore. Numbers was never my goal going into any of this because there's always going to be a bigger one. So why would that be my ultimate goal when I'll never fully achieve that? Because there's always a bigger number, and I feel like if I can just make people happy, like that's why I'm doing this. This is why I started, and this is why I don't want to say I want to finish because I'm not quitting, but it's just, I can't see myself stopping all of this completely because it's just part of who I am at this point. What was the most difficult moment as a content creator? Letting YouTube go. Like I said, it's not that I planned on never returning. It's that I didn't have a plan at all on when I'd come back. That was really hard. And I knew that I had to step back and I had to stop uploading and I had to stop telling myself, well, at least don't upload one video a year. Like I had to stop telling myself, giving myself this almost ultimatum, like you have to do this on YouTube or upload this many videos because otherwise it's all going to be gone and you'll have to start from the ground up. And letting go of that fear, letting it become a very real possibility, facing that fear. And I remember my mental health just got so bad. And I remember taking the break and checking and just watching all the numbers go down. As they inevitably do. Like not everybody's here to stay for the long haul, and that's okay. I honestly don't even hold any ill will toward them. I hope that I was able to entertain them for the period of time that my channel was in their life, for whatever period of time I was able to entertain them. I'm glad that I was able to, and I hope that I did. And, hopefully they take away good memories from that. I can't make people stay. I can't make people come back. All I can do is be myself and hope that it attracts people. And so even if it's for a short time, at least it happened. Any tips on balancing IRL life and online life? I'm still learning at 30 years old. I'm still learning because your life is constantly changing. Like you either get a new job or, you move somewhere else or you enter a new relationship or you end a relationship or, if you were to get married or you had kids or like your life is always changing no matter what paths you take. Like something is always shifting and changing. So it's a constant reworking of how you're going to make your work-life balance work. Your real life balance, your work balance, whatever it might be. And I think especially like real life versus online life for a content creator can be a very blurred line. Being able to really cut yourself off when you need to from social media. Being able to recognize in yourself when you should take a break, when things are getting to you that shouldn't, when things are starting to eat at you more than they normally would. Take a break. Like if you're somebody like me who finds yourself like absent-mindedly, like subconsciously opening Twitter or opening an app and like checking after you just looked and you open again 5 seconds later, like delete the app for like a few days at least. Also turn off any sort of social media notifications, like any apps you have, YouTube or Twitter or Twitch, whatever it might be. Turn off the notifications because allowing myself to be available to the internet at all times was so bad for me. And as soon as I would get a DM on Twitter, I'd get a notification about it and I'd have to go reply to it no matter what I was doing in that moment. And that's not healthy. Like I needed to put a boundary there. Like this is when I'm online. And if I get a message when I'm not online, I'll get to it when I get back online. I also think this is a personal standpoint of mine. And I don't shade people who don't do this, and I don't think badly of people who think differently. But for me personally, I have to have a certain amount of privacy with my life, with my kids' names, their faces, you know, those sorts of things. I like to keep a certain boundary there, which luckily everybody in my community, everybody seems to really respect that, which I have to say thank you for, because I know that, you know, curiosity might get to people, and I've definitely had some people in the very beginning of starting YouTube cross that boundary, which is why I enforce it even more now. I'll share with you stories about them, or, you know, facts about them, or fun things, but as far as like their names, personal information, pictures, it's just not gonna happen. So but I think having a certain amount of privacy, people don't need to know everything. And then the last question, what's one thing you missed most during your time away from YouTube? And what's one thing you're most excited for coming back into it? I feel like this harks back to like the first question. All of you, getting to communicate with all of you more, because like I said, we don't get to communicate as much as like I do with my community, like over on Twitch. Like, you know, I'm there more, so I'm able to communicate with them, but I don't get to talk to all of you over here on YouTube as much. So I've really missed that. And I'm really excited to do that again and to catch up. Like, it's been a long time. What have you all been up to? You know, what's your last year and a half looked like, you know? But that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited to make some content that I've been too afraid to make or too nervous to make, be more myself, and not worry so much about YouTube's unofficial rules of how long a video should be. And, you know, just be myself, do what I think is right, and follow my gut, and trust that it will lead me to the right place. So yeah, that was a lot, but hopefully you enjoyed that or were able to listen to it on your phone or TV or whatever. I know it was a lot. If you didn't watch the whole thing, that's okay. So hopefully you're all open to all of these ideas and all of these things I've been talking about. And I really genuinely am so happy to be back. So thank you for embracing me all these years. But yeah, I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are. I will catch you all in my next video, which I will try to have it be something actually Sims related, kind of like fun gameplay. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.